iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Southern National Motorsports Park here tonight for the Gestion's LPG 125 presented by Best Colorful Creations, the Pro Series for the Upstate Racing League. Here tonight, Wednesday night, my name Roger Mute to bring you all the racing action. All by myself tonight is Kelly Dahl. Well, he's having a little fun down in Mexico, so we hope Kelly's doing, well, fine and having a great time. Tonight, though, it's about these racers. 18 drivers have taken time here in our provisional qualifying session, and some of the top drivers in the point standings, they are all here. Well, looks like all of the top 10 are here tonight, and the driver that everybody is watching is the driver that has picked up 3 wins this season. He is top of our point standings coming in. That is Guillaume Fortin in car number 13 here tonight. He is currently sitting on the provisional pole. He will lock that in now tonight, as he is the pole sitter, and he's also number 1 in the championship standings. Brian Hacker sits 34 points back, and Mike Alexander sits 86 points back, with Scott Austin having a really good season. He's sitting 110 points back, and then it's Matthew Barkhouse. He is sitting 132 points out. That's the top 5 in the championship standings coming into the night for the Gestion LP 125. Do you need a toolbox or maybe a workstation? Well, our friends over at Gestion have you covered, race fans. Just head on over there. I can tell you, I've been looking at it. They have some great toolboxes and workstations for you race fans. All you got to do is send them your dimensions of what you want, what your ideas are, and they will be able to build it and get that shipped out to you. But it is time to get that starting lineup rolling here tonight at Southern National Motorsports Park. This is the starting lineup here tonight, and, well, you heard me say it. The number 13 of Guillaume Fortin will snag another pole here tonight. To the outside of him, the driver out of Wisconsin, driving car number 6. That'll be Joe Schaefer Jr. Row number 2 to the inside, car number 91, starting 3rd here tonight. That'll be Adam Gable. To the outside of him, a late entry here into the Southern National Motorsports Park venue. It'll be car number 15 of Matthew Barkhouse. He'll go P4 on the speed charts. Back into this spot, 3rd row inside. His car number 2. That'll be the man out of Huntley, Illinois. That'll be Brian Hacker. He'll roll from 5th tonight. How about the number 75? Tonight, Mike Alexander will go from the 6th starting spot. 7th, well, the doctor, car number 39. That'll be Bill Martin rolling from the 7th spot. Blade Timmons out of South Carolina, car number 23 here tonight. Got his Christmas paint scheme on. He'll roll from the 8th spot. How about the driver from the Northeast, car number 47? That'll be Rodney Hontoon. Matt Eddy back behind the wheel of the number 88 here tonight. He'll go from 10th. And how about the racing Jason, car number 98 coming out the gate? It's Jason Dobbs starting back into P number 11. Starting in the 12th spot, the driver out of South Glens Falls, New York, car number 96. That'll be the boss man of Al Smith Jr. He'll go from 12th. Scott Austin in the Austin Designs, number 5, will roll from 13th here tonight. How about the jump man, Gary Eschen, the driver out of Illinois, will start into the 14th position here. Starting 15th on the call here tonight, all the way out of New York, driving car number 18. That'll be Gavin Isley. And the driver that picked up the season opener win here tonight, car number 66. That'll be Stephen Roachford. He'll start 16th. 17th, driver out of New York, driving car number 15. That'll be Tyler Bushy. And to the outside of him, another one of those New Yorkers. That's right. That'll be Ryan Holland. Holland will start shotgun to the field here tonight. Look for him to make a charge here tonight. So that's your starting lineup here tonight. 125 laps the distance here for all these drivers. Getting ready to go, race fans. Who do you think has the hot shoe tonight? The Gestion's LP 125 ready to come to life. That's 125 laps here tonight. Which one of these drivers grabbed their toolbox, their workstation, in their trailer? We're about to find out which one tuned on their cars as you hear them down the back straightaway. We're ready to go. This time out of turn 4, drop the hammer. We're green flag racing here at Southern National. Great start by the front row. Joe Schaefer Jr. along with Guillaume Fortin down to the inside. Lap 1. Give it to the driver out of Wisconsin. Joe Schaefer Jr. will lead here for lap number 1 tonight. So it's Schaefer by the nose of his number 6. That Ford Mustang here tonight, the Epic Media entry. Leading the Jetsons LP. G, number 13, at the line. 2 laps in the book. Still side by side for the race lead. Everybody else starting to figure out a spot down on the bottom side of the speedway. A couple battles, but locked right here at the front of the field. Schaefer a little bit sideways that time off turn number 4. Able to hang on to the Epic Media number 6. He said he was going to change the color from green here tonight. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, if you pick green from last week, it is still green on the side of the Epic Media number 6. Come by this time. It's going to be Guillaume Fortin leading his second lap. So 4 in the books, 2 for 2 by the top 2 right now on laps led tonight. The bottom's lane looks to be rolling a little bit better. Now here comes Matthew Barkhouse. There you see the driver in car number 15 working the bottom side of the speedway. 1 driver, 2 drivers into the wall. The Dr. Bill Martin was into the wall. And I believe that was, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Schaefer Jr. also tagging the wall last time out of turn number 4. Come by the stripe to complete lap number 6. It'll be Fortin, Barkhouse, Schaefer, Alexander, and Hacker, the top 5 drivers. Oh! Joe Schaefer Jr. trying to get down to the bottom. Going to take the nose clip right off car number 15 of Mike Alexander. He's able to get down to the bottom. Now Alexander locked into a battle. Here comes Brian Hacker. There's the Austin Designs, number 2 of Brian Hacker, the driver out of Huntley, Illinois. Hacker competing on the dirt side of things and right here on the asphalt side on Wednesday nights. It's the battle for the 4th position currently. See the 75 still down on the bottom side. That's where we've seen all the passes made here tonight. This time, though, Brian Hacker going to say, look at the second lane. He will take the spot from Mike Alexander. Here comes Blade Timmons now. Timmons going to get the 23 to the inside of car number 75 of Mike Alexander. He'll see if he can take that spot away. Just behind them, that'll be Bill Martin. Martin lurking in the background. Then it's going to be Adam Gable, car number 91. 98 of Racing Jason back there in 9th. And then it's going to be Scott Austin rounding out the top 10 here. There's the Dobbs machine looking to the inside of the on-time number 91. Dobbs going to make a little contact, but then he was not able to complete the pass, so he fell back in line behind the on-time number 91 of Adam Gable. So Gable still holding on to the 8th position while Dobbs is back there in 9th while Scott Austin runs into the 10th position. Just outside the top 10, that is going to be car number 47. It's Rodney Hontoon. Al Smith is right there with Matthew Eddy. Stephen Roachford a little bit farther back than we're used to seeing. The number 66 of Stephen Roachford. He's right there in the VRT Racing number 66, the green and black machine, as they work down the back straightaway. 10 laps already completed. They're knocked lucky. Lap number 13 off the board this time. See everybody fighting down for the bottom spot. Only 1 driver side by side right now, and that is the Adam Gable, number 91, to the outside. There's the number 98 of Racing Jason to the inside. Jason bringing his Pontiac here tonight with the orange and black Celsius DECA sponsored entry number 98 as they work down the back straightaway. Dobbs looking like the inside is just a little bit faster. We're going to boot, scoot, and boogie the 91 up the speedway that time, down at 3 and 4. Trying to see if he can get that Pontiac to build a little excitement here tonight. Dobbs going to get a little bit of a kiss there from the front clip there of car number 91. He will be able to make the pass. Now Scott Austin says, thank you, Jason, for opening up the door. He's got Gable up on the outside, and he'll be able to complete that pass. Adam Gable going to lose 2 spots in 2 laps. He'll fall from the 8th spot back to running into the 10th spot. So car number 91 has lost 7 spots since the drop of the green flag here, and we are not even 20 laps into tonight's race here at the Southern National Motorsports Park. The Jetsons LPG 125 here tonight. Take a look back at the front. There's your front 3 right now. Guillaume Fort and Matthew Barkhouse, Joe Schaefer Jr., the top 3 drivers as they come complete lap number 19 here out of the 125 scheduled. Only 2 race leaders so far. Joe Schaefer Jr. was able to lead the opening 2 laps of tonight's event, and since then, Guillaume Fort has taken over. Matthew Barkhouse for the driver that did not get any practice time in here tonight. That number 15 showing a lot of speed as he's currently sitting there, P number 2. The driver then has picked up the most spots here in the early portions of this one. Car number 5, that'll be Scott Austin. There you see the Austin Designs, number 5, the green and black entry. Can't miss him out there on the speedway. Scott Austin having his best season here with the Upstate Racing League here this year. He's competed in 6 events, making this the 7th. He's picked up 2 top 5s this season, which is a career best with the asphalt program. And he's also picked up as a little bit of a slide back there by Adam Gable. But he's also picked up 4 top 10s here. Hasn't led any laps, but tonight could be the night for car number 5. Scott Austin having some really good showings here in the early portions of these, of this season. Adam Gable, those backed up to Rodney Hontoon and Al Smith. Here comes Smith charging down to the inside. The Upstate Promotions. Number 96 of Al Smith Jr. Al getting really excited. He's one of those drivers that compete here on iRacing, but also puts a remote control in his hand on the off-season, runs the Stand RC Speedway up there in New York. And with a couple of the drivers that you see on the big screen here tonight, running RC cars as their hobby. And let me tell you, you want to talk about drivers that take things super serious? Those RC drivers, hell, don't tell them it's not real. See a crossover attempt here by the number 47 Rodney Hontoon, the 802 Precision entry. Hontoon has dropped 2 spots from where he started here tonight. He started into the 9th spot as you see him up the speedway. Al Smith going to try and stick the quarter panel of that Mustang down there. Nothing's changed at the front of the field, race fans. You are watching the best battle on the speedway, and it is for the what is currently the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th position. Will be 30 laps in the books this time by. Laps when your race leader, Guillaume Fortin, comes by all over the back end. That's car number 15. Riding on board with the race leader, Guillaume Fortin out front here tonight as the lights are coming on the speedway. Hear him hard back into the gas. A little bobble by the Xander Signs. Number 15 there, Matthew Barkhouse, just behind the race leader. Uh-oh, somebody having some problems. Caution flag on the speedway. The on-time number 91 of Adam Gable having some issues here, so he will bring the first caution flag of the evening out. Currently on lap number 32 here tonight. So lap 32 going to bring the first caution flag of the evening, and this is what it was for. Adam Gable just running inside the top 10. Hontoon gets to the inside, and just a little contact there. Right front, left rear. 2-car incident, 1-car solo spin is how we're going to chalk that one up. See if we can take a ride on board here. Riding on board with the 91 of Adam Gable. A hopeless feeling there for the driver of the 91. Spinning around, hoping that nobody else was going to come in there and kind of make that contact. So he'll go to the back. Couple drivers taking the opportunity here also while we're under the first caution flag here tonight to come to pit road. Car number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. will give up the third running position. He will drop all the way back to the 16th spot. He came down, put 2 tires on the Epic Media number 6. Stephen Rochefort also, the driver there with the number 66. He came to pit road, 2 tires for him, and Rodney Hontoon also figured he was going to go to the back, so he came down and put 2 tires. I want to say 4 tires. He put 2 tires on. There's 4 tires on the car, obviously. Ready to go this time by, though. Green flag back up into the air, and we're racing again, and a great start there by the number 13 of Guillaume Fortin. As he'll look back in the mirror, he'll see them battle for second, as Matthew Barkhouse will get down to the bottom side of the speedway. Timmons trying to work over Mike Alexander now. Alexander holding the outside, car number 75 as they work down the back straightaway. There you see a great camera shot down the back straightaway, shows you exactly where these drivers are. Alexander able to roll that outside lane for the right now, and it's not rolling that beautiful bean footage. Blade Timmons trying to get the beans, though. Down to the bottom, he's got the doctor right behind him. Alexander, though, getting great drives off. He will clear car number 23 on down the front straightaway. They will go single file here at the front of the field. Everybody still continuing to chase number 13 of Guillaume Fortin, Matthew Barkhouse, Brian Hacker, Mike Alexander, and Blade Timmons, the current top 5. Look at Hacker, though. He's trying everything he can to get around the number 15 of Matthew Barkhouse. He's going to look to the outside. Can he make it work? That's opening up the door. Got to be careful. Oh, contact sideways. 1 car going around. The number 23, Blade Timmons, has gone around him, and I believe the number 39, that is Bill Martin, making a little contact there. So the caution flag will fly for the second time here on lap number 42. We'll go back and we'll have to see exactly what happened between Martin and Timmons. They were running inside the top 10. Take a look. There's the number 23 of Timmons. Goes down to the corner. Him and Alexander make a little contact. Timmons sideways and nowhere for Martin to go. Throw right into the left rear. There you see Tyler Bushy and the number 15 come in also. Right on board. Riding on board with car number 39 of Bill Martin. Martin was off the gas, know where he was going to go, and then he got tagged from behind also when they were sliding there into corner number 3 and 4. Everybody able to roll away. Bill Martin coming down pit road. Going to put 2 tires on the number 39 for Bill Martin. So Martin going to have to come from the 18th position here on this restart. We'll see how far he can get. Lights are out on the iRacing.com pace car, so we're getting ready to put the Gestion LP 125 back to the green flag. A lot of these drivers are going to have to go to the workbenches here, provided by Gestion, after this one. Green flag back into the air, and another great start there by Guillaume Fortin. With another great start by Matthew Barkhouse to be able to hold the bottom side. The battle still for that 3rd spot. This time, Brian Hacker going to be able to get to the bottom and get around car number 75 of Mike Alexander. A lot easier than he did last time. Now here comes Scott Austin. There's that Austin Designs number 5. We talked about him and having a good season. And how about this? 2 Pontiacs don't make a right. There's the number 98. That's a Pontiac here. And then right behind him, car number 88. So the 98 and 88 driving Pontiacs. And here comes old Al Smith to the outside. He's going to spoil a party with that. Well, I guess we're just saying it's a Ford, race fans. It is a Ford on car number 96 there for Al Smith. Look at the battle. Brian Hacker putting pressure on the number 15 of Matthew Barkhouse. Barkhouse leaving a little bit of light down on the inside, and Hacker going to try and open up the door and come through it. Not able to do it that time. Backed out of it. He was to the inside, but he will back out. Didn't think it was the right time to make the move to the inside. Not quite halfway. Working upon the halfway marker here in just a handful of laps. Matt Eddy falling back behind the number 96 of Al Smith. Right now, Scott Austin is the biggest mover in that number 5 machine. He's picked up 8 spots. So a good opening portion here tonight. Remember, Joe Schaefer Jr. came to pit road. Lap number 33 under the first caution flag of the evening. He's worked himself back up to the 10th position. He restarted in 17th. He's trying to follow Gary Eschen there in the car number 23, the driver out of Illinois. Race fans, I bet you would never guess that Gary Eschen is a Michael Jordan brand fan. I'm just telling you, I bet you would have never guessed. Not by the hood. Never by the hood. Ever since I've seen Gary here on iRacing, as we're 3 wide. Bill Martin trying to use the tires to get around these drivers that are at the tail of the field. He took it 3 wide to get around Adam Gable, and Stephen Roachford, along with Rodney Hontoon, was right there at the time. Blade Timmons has not been able to pick up many spots. I think just 1 spot gained since the restart there for the number 23 of Timmons. Came in as one of the fastest drivers. Was looking forward to racing here tonight at Southern National. Gable and Roachford still side by side. There's the 91 to the outside. Gable, remember, qualified in the P number 3 here tonight. He's fallen all the way back to 13th. So the handling on the long run not set up on car number 91 here tonight. There is some damage to that splitter. I don't know if our camera crew can get that, but there is a splitter damage on the, left front, not right front, left front. And yeah, they see it right there. Not sure if that came from contact with another competitor or contact down to the apron. Regardless, that could be why the number 91 is not as fast here on the long run versus how he was in our qualifying session. Bill Martin trying to get underneath Gavin Isley. The Isley to the outside of the car number 18. So battle here for the 11th and 12th position, and just ahead of them, 1 car into the wall. That'll be car number 88 of Matt Eddy. Eddy up into the outside retaining wall there, slapping the right front fender of that Pontiac. And I don't know if Matt knows this, but they don't build those Pontiac bodies anymore. Still up against the outside wall as Schaefer got by. Martin's getting by. Here comes Gavin Isley to get by. So there's drivers that are making moves now. This time by halfway home in the books here tonight. For the Jetsons, LPG 125. Get your work box, get your toolbox, get your workstation from our friends at Jetsons. Gary Eschen getting worked over here. That's the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. coming down to the inside. Schaefer looking to pick up a spot. A little bottom out that time down to the center of the corner. So Schaefer still continuing to look to see if he can climb through the field. Last time by, he was the second fastest car. You know who was the fastest? The man right behind him, the doctor, Bill Martin. There you see Bill Martin, car number 39. Bill's got a little right front scrape to the fender of his machine tonight, too. Al Smith getting quickly put under pressure, and he'll crumble like a cookie. Smith going to fall back into the 8th spot as Joe Schaefer goes by him. Smith going to have to get back to the bottom side of the speedway as fast as he can because Bill Martin, Gary Eschen have figured it out, and they've gone single file. Here comes Martin. Martin going to drive it in 3 and 4. Not able to get right there, but Smith going to leave the bottom lane open again down to 1 and 2. Here comes the doctor. What did the doctor order here for Al Smith? An unfortunate position lost is what it's looking like. Remember, Bill Martin does have the fresher right side tires between these two drivers. Him and Schaefer came to pit road. Nothing has changed out front, so you see Schaefer getting by. You see Bill Martin getting by Al Smith, so put Al back to 9th. Still a 3-position gain for the driver out of South Glen Falls, New York. But how about this driver? The driver out of Quebec. Looking to put car number 15 of Ryan Holland a lap down. He'll be the first driver here tonight that goes a lap down. So Holland in the 9 taxi. Will fall back. Well, he's running 18th, but he'll fall back to 1 lap behind the race leaders. A 2.5 race lead is what it is for Guillaume Fortin over Matthew Barkhouse. Brian Hacker's right there. Then it's Mike Alexander and Scott Austin. That's the top 5 drivers. And you got to go back here to Joe Schaefer Jr. and Bill Martin, who are slicing, dicing, and cutting their way through the racing field. Al Smith looking to the inside. 2 RC racers running side by side here. Dobbs out of Crossville, Tennessee. And the driver out of the upstate New York area of Al Smith down to the bottom side. These two are like peas and carrots when it comes to racing their RC cars. One of their biggest hobbies. Dobbs also plays softball. And Al Smith loves to go to, well, lacrosse games. Both stick and ball sports. See the 15 there, going to be 3 wide. That is Ryan Holland going, well, he's a lap down, but he's just following through the field here right now, trying to stay out of everybody's way. Al Smith under pressure, though, by Gary Eschen. Looks like Eschen will use up the number 96 of Al Smith, who's on the outside. Not use him up in a rough and tumble kind of way, but he got around him. He got around him, and then Al Smith fights back to the outside. Just that one that just will not go away. Eschen not able to clean or come up and use all the track. And you're watching the battle here for that 10th position. 9th, 10th, 11th, because that is Matt Eddy. It's a good-looking Pontiac there on the number 88 of Matt Eddy. Gives me the old Rusty Wallace vibe. Adam Gable and Blade Timmons, 1 car around right in front of the race leaders. And something happening. I also see Mike Alexander turned around. I'm not sure who was with him. That might be Tyler Bushy. There is car number 15 of Tyler Bushy. So the 3rd time the caution flag has flown here tonight. So I think 2 separate incidents. We'll have to watch it back. Let's go ahead. Let's watch the first one back. There's Timmons. Oh, they all kind of got jacked up there. That's the number 66 of Stephen Rochfort. Timmons had nowhere to go. He got wrapped back up in that. What happened to Alexander? I think Alexander was running in the 5th position. Oh, him in the 15. Making a little contact there. Right on board. You're riding on board with Mike Alexander. So Tyler Bushy getting into it with the 75 of Mike Alexander will bring out that portion, but it was the 91, the 66, the 23, and the 15. That's Ryan Holland there to the outside. They were trying to get around the 15 of Holland, and that's when it all broke loose. Lap traffic here tonight. Not a very big track, obviously, here at Southern National. Is what puts us under the caution flag here once again. 3rd caution flag of the night, flying 86 laps. Going to be completed this time. New race leader, so the 3rd time we've seen a race leader out front here tonight. That'll be car number 15. That is Matthew Barkhouse. The lights are out on the iRacing.com pace car, so we're ready to go back racing next time by. It'll be Matthew Barkhouse, Bill Martin, Joe Schaefer Jr., Rodney Hontoon, Gavin Isley, Guillaume Fort and Brian Hacker racing Jason in 8th, and it'll be Austin in 9th, and Eschen back into the 10th position. A couple different strategies here tire-wise. We'll see how they all play out. Barkhouse hasn't pitted. Martin pitted back on lap 43. Then it was Rodney Hontoon on 34. 33 for Joe Schaefer Jr. And everybody else just pitted under that last caution flag. Back to racing down the back straightaway. First lap back to green it will be. Oh, one going around. A couple cars facing the wrong direction. That was Gavin Isley and Scott Austin. There you see the highlighter yellow or highlighter green, one of the two. Colors going around there. So with the fourth caution flag of the evening flying, let's take the look here. There you see Gavin Isley getting pinballed around. Looks like Isley was on the older tires versus the entire field there that he got pinballed around on. Scott Austin absolutely innocent in that one, but he will get turned around. So as we come back live here, we're at about 30 laps, I believe, to go once we go back racing here tonight. Matthew Barkhouse, we were just talking about it. He is the driver that has stayed out here. He has not come to pit road. He is your race leader. Bill Martin pitted back on lap number 43. Rodney Hontoon, who was scheduled on the restart there, right there, car number 47. He pitted back on lap 34. 33 for Joe Schaefer Jr., then lap 83 for the rest of the drivers here in the running order. And so you get all the way back to Gavin Isley. He did not come to pit road, and he will this time. Yes, Isley will come to pit road. So as Matthew Barkhouse is your race leader here tonight, he was one of the drivers that was late getting into the server here. Did not get any practice laps in the Xander side, number 15. Then he had himself a heck of a qualifying position as he started in the 4th spot. No practice, qualifying inside the top 5, and now leading here late in this one. Lights are out, coming back this time. One driver is retired tonight. It's car number 23 of Blade Timmons. He has pulled it to the infield. Pace car in, back to the loud pedal we go. Great start by Matthew Barkhouse. See if he can hold off the doctor or the strong charging Wisconsin number 6. First lap back to green, and it will be Matthew Barkhouse. One driver into the outside wall. One driver going around. He'll gather it back up with that. Oh, now Dobbs is going to go around. That was the 13G of Guillaume Fortin there. It looked like he was sideways for a bit. Got straightened back out by Gary Eschen, and then Jason was right there. He got spun down to the inside wall. A little pinball action there. Hacker into the back of Eschen. Eschen into the back of Fortin, and then everybody got stacked up. And Jason's going to be the one that has to pay the price, unfortunately. Right on board with the old boy from Tennessee. So that's what puts us under the caution flag for what is the 5th caution flag of the evening. When we go back racing, it'll be under 25 laps remaining here tonight in the Gestion LPG 125 toolbox workstations. I'm telling you, a lot of these drivers are going to have to get one. If they don't have them, they're going to have to get these cars straight. See if the lights go out this time. They do. So We'll go back racing. Barkhouse will pull to the outside. That'll give the Doctor of Bill Martin the inside. And then it'll be Schaefer, Hontoon, Eschen, Fortin. The front three rows ready to come back. It'll be 25 laps remaining. Matthew Barkhouse back to the loud pedal. 25 to go here at Southern National. Matthew Barkhouse leading us back to the line. It's Barkhouse, Martin, Schaefer. Hontoon holding strong on the outside, trying to bring it home for Vermont. A lot of strong machines back there. The outside not sticking for the number 47, Rodney Hontoon. They're going to be looking 3 wide. Out of turn number 2 they are. 3 wide, one going to get turned around. One car turned around. Now a couple of them getting together. Caution lights are on. Hontoon and Eschen going to lose a bunch of positions. There's the 23 of Gary Eschen. He was right there also in that battle, that scruffle. Take a look back here at what calls the yellow. They were 3 wide. To the outside, there's the 47 of Hontoon. Roachford in the middle. Eschen down below. Brian Hacker going to get involved. Alexander sideways as he trying to escape. Little contact there for the number 2. Brian Hacker will have the right front tire poking out of that fender now. We'll be able to see here in just a couple of seconds, taking a look at this. Gary Eschen is back out on the speedway. He will restart back in 16th. Looks like Stephen Roachford is going to take the blame for that one. So Roachford will go to the back. And we'll start to get this lineup back squared away. We should get the 1 to go marker this time. Been plagued by a little bit of caution flags here in the last 50 laps of this one. Lights go out. Let's see where Matthew Barkhouse chooses this time. Will he go to the outside, the inside? He's chosen the outside here every time, and he will do it once again. So it'll put Barkhouse to the outside, Martin down to the bottom side. Then it'll be Joe Schaefer Jr., Guillaume Fortin. The 47, that is Rodney Hontoon, and then Brian Hacker in car number 2. Ready to go. Put 17 on the big board, and let's go. Martin tried to time it that time, and actually a much better start for the Doctor. But he will allow the number 15 of Matthew Barkhouse to scoot out in front of him. This time, though, can Bill Martin get around? There is car number 13. That is Guillaume Fortin. He's got the freshest tires out of all the drivers inside the top 5. Barkhouse still leading the way, but here comes Guillaume Fortin. He's trying to utilize the outside lane. We haven't seen very many passes to the outside tonight, but with the fresher tires, the 13 of Guillaume Fortin trying to power back around here for the second position, and he will have enough time, and he gets that second spot. He has enough time, 14 laps to go, and he's only about a car length and a half back from Matthew Barkhouse as they work down the back straight away. So Barkhouse has it, Fortin is second, then it's Martin, Schaefer, Hacker. Hacker looking to the inside here on the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. as they come out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. You can see the fender damage, the tire damaged car number 2 there of Brian Hacker. Not sure if it's helping or hurting the Hack Daddy right now. Just 12 to go. It'll be 11 to go when they come back past the stripe. Little contact back there, Al Smith. I believe that is the highlighter yellow, number 5 of Scott Austin. They made a little contact, but everybody keeps on ticking. I don't know if there's a car out there tonight that has not put it up into the outside retaining wall, but this time we're seeing the double high fives at the flag stand. It'll be 10 more times around, just under 8 more miles of racing. Guillaume Fortin is right there on the back deck lid with 9 laps to go. Does he have enough left on the tire tread? Or are they bald, looking like the top of my head? Laps are going to tick off fast, just 14 seconds a lap. There it is, Guillaume getting a great run through the center of the corners, just not quite able to pull up to the inside there. Maybe a little bump here to the back of the number 15. Remember, Matthew Barkhouse, the only driver in the field who has not come to pit road here tonight. Guillaume Fortin pitted back on lap number 83. Then lap 43 was Bill Martin. Those are your top 3 drivers. 3 different strategies here, varying in this one. Who will pick up the win this time by? We should see 5 fingers in the air, high 5 to every driver as they come by. 5 more times around. Here comes the 13. Guillaume showing him that he is there, putting a mirror full on the number 15 of Matthew Barkhouse. 4 to go. Does Guillaume have enough run off turn 4 this time? He does not try. He swings it a little bit higher that time, down in 1. See if he can diamond it off to get the run down the back straightaway. He'll slap it off the wall. Guillaume giving her everything she's got, Captain. He slapped it off the wall in turn 2 that time. 3 to go. He'll swing it wide, down in 1 once again. Trying everything he can. This time, they're going to see it. They're winding him up. Tossing him out. It'll be 2 laps to go here at Southern National. Now or never if you are the 13 of Guillaume. Little bit of a breathing room that time for Matthew Barkhouse. Down out of 2, down the back straightaway into 3 they go. This time out of turn 4. White flag is up. It's the final lap here tonight. Who will win the Gestion's LPG 125? Here comes the G-Man to the inside. He'll poke the nose. 1 final trip through 3. 1 final trip off 4 drag race. Give it to the number 15 of Matthew Barkhouse. Matthew Barkhouse will pull off the win here tonight. 125 laps, 3 leaders, 6 caution flags here tonight. So Matthew Barkhouse picking up his first win of the season. Late to practice here tonight. Only got 2 laps of qualifying. Qualified into the 4th spot. And tonight he'll come away picking up the big W. So it's Barkhouse, Fortin, Martin, the top 3. Then it was Hacker, Schaefer, the top 5. Mike Alexander, Matt Eddy, Scott Austin, Al Smith, and Rodney Hontoon rounding out the top 10 drivers here. 1 driver not finishing tonight's 125-lap feature. That'll be car number 23 of Blade Timmons. So these drivers are going to line them up on the front straight away. We're going to get their picture taken. We're going to get to talk to them here in just a couple of moments. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here to Southern National to talk to your top podium finishers here tonight.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Southern National Motorsports Park here tonight. 125 laps is all it took. 6 caution flag, 3 lead changes, and it all came down to old tires, no tires, and a little bit newer tires. So what do you say we talk to the drivers behind the wheel here tonight? Let's start things off with the driver that will finish third after the 125 laps. How about it, Mr. Bill Martin? It's been a while since we've seen you up here. So what do you say? Here's the microphone. I'll be back.
You going to the bathroom?
Well, no, you normally just take over and talk, and Kelly's not here, so I figured you got this by yourself, right?
So you got time to get a sandwich and go to the bathroom? I got it.
Yes.
I get it. This is a new car to me. When we did our first race, that was the first time I ever drove it. And I don't ever practice it outside of doing the league races. So the fact that I got third is a miracle. Because I've been running 7th to 10th pretty much every week, and that's about where I belong. So I'm happy. Finally turned around. And I'm going to be done talking now. Just to shove it in your butt.
That might hurt just a little bit, but hey, tell us about the car. You say you're a 7th, place-ish, call it, car, and tonight you've run up here into the top 3. What changed here tonight for this 39 to be kind of fast?
More of the experience of the track. The tracks that we've been running on don't lend themselves very well to me acclimating myself to a new car. Southern National is a track that I usually do well regardless of the car. So I was more than likely going to do better on average at this place. Like Kern, I'd never raced there before. And then the other tracks are tracks I'm not necessarily that good at. So this is the first time I felt properly comfortable in a new car and, at a track that I usually excel at. So yay. And I still got run away from by at least 2 drivers. Probably more if there was more green flag laps.
Yeah, a little bit of yellows here towards the end. Does that hurt this car at the end of the race with all the yellows, or were you hoping to see it go green?
It hurts strategy. If it had stayed green, when I got into that mix-up with the 23 and I decided to pit then, had it stayed green, I definitely wouldn't have got to third, but the strategy would have worked to at least get me to the top 5, and it was working well. And then having 1 yellow flag maybe would have made it work out to where it would have just been me and Barkhouse. But I don't think so. I think the yellow flags, excelling just made it easier for Guillaume because it just kept resetting him closer and closer to us.
Well, he's always one of those sneaky guys that gets closer and closer, and he was closer to P1 than you were here tonight, Bill. So what do you say? Who makes it all go around the world here for the number 39?
Well, see, nobody sponsors me in the real world, but I do sponsor this place, so I think really you should be thanking me.
Well, there's probably some merit behind that.
Well, thanks to my teammates for continuing to race this league with me. This is literally the only league that I actively try to be a part of, and it's always a great time. I don't always like some of the rules that Al implements, and that's good because the drivers should not always be happy. Those paper-thin digital fans out in the crowd, on the other hand, that's who you're working for, right? Right.
Well, he always has something to say, and it's always a good time to talk to Bill Martin. He will come home in P3 here tonight, virtually, of course, because these are just pixels that dance around on all of our screens out there. So his pixel was able to dance to P3. A car...
Well said. Really well said.
Exactly. They're pixels. I believe you actually told me that one last year, so I just kind of stole it and rewrote it.
Maybe. It sounds dumb, so probably.
Well, as dumb as it may be, he pixelates himself to third, and the driver that pixeled a little bit faster, car number 13 here tonight. Guillaume, you come in as the points championship leader, and you will leave here tonight as the points championship leader, extending that points lead.
Yeah, it was a good race. I would have loved to have the race stay green at the end, because I think I saved my tire enough during the long green flag run that we had at the beginning that I was able to get a gap on Matthew and Brian there, but those cautions still helped me get to the front, but just a little too late to get something for Berkhouse at the end.
You started up front here tonight with a very quick qualifying lap, and then you decided to come to pit road, and at the end of this one you got outdueled by a driver that didn't take tires. The only driver that did not pit here tonight was able to pick up the win. Do you think if you were maybe out there on those old tires, you would have been able to hold him off and pick up another win here?
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's always like if you're trying to get lucky if you stay out, because you want it to have caution, and I'm pretty sure that if I had stayed out, the race would have been green, and Joe and Brian and Bill would have get straight by me. So I think that was the best call to do at the end, but just a little too much caution for the new tire to come in and try to get something for Berkhouse at the end.
You came into the night, though, you were the points championship leader, 34 points over Brian Hacker with a great run here of you finishing P2. Him back there just a couple spots behind you into the 4th spot. The points championship lead is about to open up. And with us being this far into the season, what's the outlook here to finish this one off to pick up a championship here on Wednesday?
Yeah, the momentum has been on our side the whole season so far. I haven't finished outside of the top 2 so far this season, so hopefully we can keep that streak alive until the end of the season. But the big picture is absolutely to get the 2-peat and trying to repeat the championship from last year. And I think so far it's going pretty damn well.
Well, we look forward to watching you here in the closing races to see if you can close this one off. Before we let you go, though, who do you got to thank? Who's on the side of this car? Because I know there's some people out there tonight that, the logo on the hood of this one looks awfully familiar.
Oh yeah, first of all, I have to thank Gestion LPG. They're the sponsor of this race, so would have been fun to put it in victory lane for them, but second place is still pretty good. So if you need anything in workstation, pit boxes for racing, anything for your trailer, hit them up. And they're serving the US too, so they're doing Canada and the northern US, so it's not a problem for them. And also Al for putting up this league. It's pretty fun to race with those guys every week, and you guys for putting up this broadcast. It's pretty fun to rewatch it.
There you have it. As Bill Martin would say, he had some of the fastest pixels out there tonight. Guillaume Fortin will come home P number 2, and he will keep the points lead as we get ready to leave Southern National Motorsports Park. The driver, though, that will pick up the big W here tonight after 125 laps, it's the only driver that rolled the dice on the no-tire strategy. How about it, Matthew, as you pick up your first win of the season here without having any practice time?
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect it to go this well. I like this track a lot. I think it is one of my better ones, and after all season of always taking tires and it not working, I was like, oh, I'll finally not take tires like the rest of the guys, and then the whole field did, so I thought I was not going to hold on for very long. But as we've seen before with those quick yellows, the tires get a chance to cool, so they have 10 or 15 laps in them, and I was able to hold on to the lead by the end.
How did the car feel out there on those older tires? Were you worried they were about to fall off a cliff, or could you tell that there was enough life to keep it out front?
Oh, they were definitely done for. I think the last 6 laps, I just waited for it to hit the wall because I knew it wasn't going to turn enough, and I couldn't let Guillaume get under me. The fresh rubber, he probably would have drove by. So I just pinned it in the center of the corner. If it hit the wall, it hit the wall.
And you showed a lot of speed this season. Sometimes the result's not quite there, but you have yourself so far a top 5 championship run going, and looking at where some of your competitors you actually, I think, might be 4th leaving here. How does it feel to be running up front consistently for the most part with a lot of speed underneath this Mustang?
Yeah, it's great. I definitely made some mistakes early on this season. I'm learning from them now, and it's good to have some good finishes. We're back here next year. I'll hopefully remember what I did wrong and be able to run up front with them and it's great racing with Guillaume. Me and him always have hard battles. We always run each other clean, so it's always a good time when we finish 1-2.
Were you worried we talked about the tires already, but were you worried at the end of this one with your tires really falling off, looking as bald as my head, and Guillaume having some fresher tread back there? Did you think he might have gave you the old bump and run here tonight?
No, he would never do something like that. We've always had clean racing in this league, and he's been pretty respectful this whole time. I think if there was a few more laps, he would have had a good shot, but because the tires were falling off really, really quick there at the end.
Well, you pick up your win here tonight. Just 3 races left in the season. We head to the North Wilkesboro Speedway, 5 Flag Speedway, and Lanier at the end of the season. Where do you think we might be able to catch this number 15 coming back to the top of the podium spots?
Yeah, it just depends if you make the right call on tires. It seems to go either way right now, so it just depends on the yellows and how it all plays out. But anyone in the top 5 could always win for sure.
Well, you played it right here tonight, so what do you say we roll the red carpet out and hand you the microphone for the first time this year? You pick up a win here on Wednesday night.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd like to thank Xander, Silent Group, Arner, Kinsmans, and all you guys for putting this on. It's been a great season so far, and we'll look forward to the rest of the races.
There you have it. He drives car number 15 here tonight. Matthew Barkhouse is able to pick up the win after 125 laps here at Southern National Motorsports Park. So he takes the win over all the other drivers that were out there. 18 of them here tonight, to be exact, is what logged in. Up next here for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series as we head to the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Which one of these drivers will be down in the moonshine cellar on the front straightaway is what we will all have to wait for. That is coming up on May the 8th before we head to the 5 Flags Speedway on May the 15th. And the day after my anniversary, Al is making me come back behind the microphone for the one final race of the season. Race number 10 is at Lanier National Speedway. So just 3 races left in the season as Guillaume Fortin has the points championship lead. He will extend that over Brian Hacker here tonight. Your winner, Matthew Barkhouse, should move up into the 4th spot after tonight's victory. So it's all still going to be very close from 2nd all the way back to the 5th position in the point standings here tonight after this race. And with just 3 races left, you just never know who is going to be in some of those top spots at the end of the race and at the end of the season. But that's going to about do it here from Southern National Race Fans. We got to thank our friends over at Gestion's LPG for, coming on board with us here tonight. Race fans, you need the toolbox, you need the workstation, you need a toolbox or a workbench in your race trailer. Don't hesitate. Get them your measurements. They will get that custom made and shipped right out to you to be able to put in your race trailer to take to the racetrack so you can make sure you carry all your tools and all your parts needed to fix those race cars. So we got to thank them once again, but we also got to thank you race fans for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And as we get ready to go, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and until we see you next time, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.